This time of year, but this week we actually have slightly lower humidity. We do expect a few storms around in the afternoons, but probably not all that much, and not that much today at all. And then we turn even less humid at the end of the week. But when that happens, we will probably also be able to heat up a little bit back into the lower 90s. Today, though, it's only 82. I felt a little bit of a break in humidity this morning. I don't know if you did too. It wasn't a huge change, but that weak front that we got over the weekend has brought our humidity down from, we'll say, the oppressive range with dew points in the 70s down into the 60s. And we have those partly cloudy skies. Here are current temperatures, most of us in the 80s, but just a little farther to the north, we have some 70s going in the middle of the day in May, in late May at Macomb, Mississippi. So very pleasant feel there. Winds have been from the north. That is due to the front moving south of our coast. They're not very strong, but still that northerly flow is good for keeping the drier kind of feel around. Here is our stationary front. It has been parked here for the past day or so after it moved through during the weekend on Saturday into Sunday. And now we're looking at just a couple of coastal showers possible. Not a big rain chance for where we are. Temperatures do go up today to about 86 or 87, and then we'll be back in the 80s, eventually 70s for the evening. Clouds and sun you can expect today. Little break in humidity, slight chance for a shower. Then tonight, North Shore lows upper 60s. If you're south of the lake and in the city, we'll look for 70s for lows. Mostly clear skies, so you can see that pretty little crescent moon that we have right now, and not too humid. Here is our upper pattern. We've had that ridge of high pressure that made us so hot on Saturday. We got to 93 degrees at the airport. That has moved south. And now what we're seeing for this week is this big dip. This is going to be bringing in some drier air because you can see it will be going this way with our wind arrows here. Lower humidity, but still probably pretty hot toward the end of the week because drier air tends to heat up faster. So we will have that. But look at this. Also at the surface, when you have that kind of setup, it can sometimes cause a front to move through. This is a weak one for later in the week, but notice this movement kind of off to the southwest and west. That's what you call a backdoor front, and coming, instead of coming the usual way from the west to the east, it goes the other way. And so that's what we may see later this week. Not a very dramatic shift, but I think it'll be more noticeable by the end of the week. It won't be anything just like immediate, but we will feel eventually that humidity coming down. Thursday, Friday might go up a bit Saturday and lower perhaps on Sunday. Now, when we talk about the dew point, these are the ranges that we're talking about. The dew point temperature is a measure really of humidity that we use. You can either use relative humidity to describe it, or you can use dew points. When you have the dew points going from the 70s like we saw a few days ago, now they're in the 60s, so a little humid but not too bad. We may even see some 50s later in the week for dew point temperatures, of course, which is different from the air temperature. That indicates a pretty nice feel, so this should be a nice treat at the end of May for us. We're talking about the tropics. There's just one small area. It is an area of some showers and a few storms, some low pressure here northeast of the Bahamas. National Hurricane Center giving it a really low chance, 10% chance for development. I'm just kind of tracking it here. Notice with our models, not expecting a whole lot to happen. There are some strong winds there right now, so that will probably prevent it from actually developing or organizing or anything like that. So not too much to talk about, but this time of year is, of course, as we get toward June 1st, when we start to watch the tropics, just for little signs that something might be stirring or that there might be eventually a chance for a bit of development. Here are those hurricane season names. This year, unfortunately, we'll get to know at least some of these after they do develop during the season. Hurricane season 10 days away officially. 7-day forecast shows those temperatures not too bad over the next few days, staying in the 80s, probably getting back to about 90 though, heading toward the weekend, but with the lower humidity.